Alright, welcome back to Shaving with Fuzzy. I'm Fuzzy. Hi, y'all. 2023. How you like it? Made it to another year. Hopefully we'll make it through this year. But anyway, the last couple have been kind of dumpster fires. You know what I'm saying? I saw a picture the other day. It said if 2022 was a piñata and it was a hornet's nest. That could be right for the last several years. But, what can you do? So, yesterday was the first, which was Sunday. So on the first Sunday of the month, we do lather catcher shaves. Well, I worked all day yesterday, and I was tired because I worked a longer day the day before, so I didn't shave yesterday, to be honest. I didn't do a video. I did a really quick shave so that I could go to work, and it wasn't anything to be proud of or to mention. But anyway, so we're going to do our lather catcher shave today. We're going to use a little 1907-ish. Ever ready here. Now, I always try to explain, I say 1907-ish because there were several years they looked alike. It's hard to say exactly what year it was. This one's got the original little wood handle on it. Don't let that scare you off if you see one and you're thinking, oh, I need a longer handle than that because, it's got to balance right and it's got to do this and it needs. No, it don't. Trust me on this one. If you've got, really big Hoss Cartwright or Haggard-sized hands, then maybe you'll need a longer handle, but for the most part, the little handle is going to do you just fine. All that balance, weight, it's right under the head you can put it in. None of that matters. Trust me on this one. It's, that's where technique comes in. So anyway, 2023, and I got to thinking I hadn't used the vintage. This is Old Spice soap in an Old Spice mug, and this is the actual mug that came with the soap and everything. And I'm actually going to use genuine Old Spice. This is not vintage, but it's Old Spice. So what I like to do, the Old Spice soap doesn't smell like Old Spice anymore. Anybody tells you, oh, I got one that smells like it, and it's this, and they're not really telling you the truth. And they just didn't. That's the same way with the, the menthol Williams and that kind of stuff. They didn't hold the scent either. So anyway, I put a few drops of just because of nostalgia or whatever. I like the smell of the Old Spice when I'm making the lather. I put a few drops on top of the soap and it works just fine, and you get the scent while you're doing it. I use the old Smog 207 because I was looking for a brush, and this is one of the first ones I grabbed. I don't use this brush a whole lot. It was discontinued even when I got it. It had already been discontinued. It was given to me at the same time I got the 1305, which is, of course, the best little bore brush around. My favorite anyway. But this is the 207. It does great. I don't have a genuine Old Spice brush. I need to hunt one of those up, but I do not have one. But as I remember, they were not from what I've seen, they were not a real big brush. So I don't usually use a really large brush when I break out the Old Spice here. You can still get these, I believe. I think like all the other vintage soaps and everything, the sellers finally decided that, hey, people are buying these and they'll pay money for them. Used to you could pick them up pretty cheap, but not anymore. Of course, used to could be 10 years ago and everything was a little cheaper then. That's kind of when I got interested, really heavily interested in this kind of thing. I had shaved with a safety razor off and on my whole shaving life. Mom had one when I was a kid. Had a couple actually. I still have them. Some of you see me use them. But anyway, the old vintage soap. Oh boy, it feels nice. Kind of a drippy day outside. Finish one thought before I go to the other one. The old vintage soaps are not cheap anymore, and people wanted them, and sellers decided they could get it going on. So there you go. So you see, we got just a day's growth, a little over a day's growth. I did do kind of a quick shave yesterday before I left for work, but it wasn't a bad shave at all. But the Old Spice is a solid soap. Now, the Old Spice is nothing, it never was a luxury, anything special type soap, in my opinion. And I don't remember shaving with it in a day or anything, but from what I've read, and I've used Old Spice soaps over the years and stuff, it never really was, it was a soap. It was an everyday soap, like Williams and Colgate and everything. And it was, a little bigger deal because of the brand name. But just having a brand name always make everything better. I don't think so. All right. We put a brand new blade in because I pulled a carbon steel no-no the other day and didn't rinse the blade and clean the blade up, that new blade I used the other day. And carbon steel blades, you do have to clean them and dry them, or they're not gonna be around to use. Well, I didn't clean it up, so anyway, we'll break out another new one. I'm lucky in that I can buy the Treat carbon steel local. If I go and what we call booger up, if I go and booger up a blade by not cleaning it, then I can, stop by the store and pick more up. So I do have an advantage there. Oh, good coffee. Been kind of a drippy day outside. I started in on that earlier. I think the next couple of days are going to be kind of drippy. It was really, really, really bad, foggy yesterday morning when I got to work. It was, couldn't see across the parking lot thick. And it lingered. It was after 11 o'clock, really before the fog really cleared. It had started lifting around 10-ish, but it didn't really clear till after 10. It was overcast and the sun didn't really pop out and everything. It was a gloomy day. But all right, make sure the sideburns are evened up. They look all right. Barbara once told me, don't turn your head sideways when you're trying to fix your sideburns. Look straight in the mirror and get them right. Because if you're trying to look sideways, you end up walking them up and you're going to end up with your sideburns meeting at the top of your head. Little old barber trick. Good to remember. Tell you what, some days this sink doesn't seem to want to hold water as good as other days. That's all right though. Not that big a deal. At least the hot water tank is working, so I have a nice warm water to shave with. I'm not afflicted with that cold water shaving disease that some people have. They probably got meds to fix that. If y'all want to check with your doctor. Cold water shavers, I tell you. Only time I shave with cold water is if there ain't no warm water. And I can't get any or make any. I need to do that one day. I hadn't done a camp shave in a while. I need to actually warm me some water up in a pan and break my mirror out again. Do a warm water camp shave. I need to do that. I think last time I just used warm water out of the tap. I could have told you I warmed it up on a stove or something. You wouldn't have known the difference, but I try not to do that. If I'm doing a video, I'll tell you about the video. I'm not trying to portray anything that ain't there. All right, so there we go. Now, to keep from creating our last problem, we're going to go ahead, hold it by the spine so you don't cut a finger. Remember that. That's important. Not cutting yourself is a nice thing when you're shaving. And we'll dry that blade off, and it'll be ready to go. We put it right up there, and it will be ready to go the next time. Go ahead and rinse that razor. And that should be the routine anyway. That used to be my routine. I always clean the razor up before I clean me up. But anyway, it's a good routine to get into, especially with the older razors. They need the attention. Alrighty, so there we go. Nice shave. First shave of 2023. Sunday. Lather catcher shave on Monday, which isn't too bad. Not too bad at all. So, one of the gentlemen that's on Toast, and I watch his videos here. I think it's CD and VT maybe. Anyway, was talking the other day about he had finally bought him a lather catcher that was coming in. Now, I haven't checked back to see if it's come in yet. I need to do that today. But hopefully you can start joining in our lather catcher shaves there, young man. By golly, he did a shave the other day, and really good stuff. If you get a chance, take a glance. I just made that up. If you get a chance, take a glance. I'm a poet and didn't know it. Make a rhyme every time. But anyhow, get the brush and stuff here. So we're fixing to get ready and go to work. We're going to walk Miss Luna and Mr. Hash Brown. Agent 00 Devon's around here somewhere. And we're going to go out and, since Hash Brown is actually his, he can walk Hash Brown. Get Miss Luna a walk, and then we'll, oh, that's good coffee. We're going to finish that coffee too, I'm telling you. Sometimes you hit a cup just right. Make it the same way every time, but sometimes it's better than other times. You know what I'm saying? Well, there we go. Well, I hope everything's good for y'all starting out the New Year's. And I didn't do anything special for New Year's. I worked, and which is, you know, pretty normal. I was in bed when all the fireworks and stuff were going off. Not a bad place to be. So there you go. Whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, Happy New Year's to you, and happy shaves to you.